Kiss my red lips again and keep that mark in your memories.
Good evening, traders. Welcome to the stream where we have a huge reversal. Last night at midnight, quantitative tightening has officially concluded. We're now in quantitative easing, and the money printer has turned back on. We had a huge rally across the markets, especially in crypto. But I mean, another day, another record close on silver, and Apple record close. So across the markets, we got some good things going on, but is it enough? That's always the question. Is today real? Guess we'll take a look. Okay, here we are. Here we are on the Bitcoin chart on the daily. Huge bullish engulfing candle will be confirmed in less than 1 hour. Up 6.5%. My God, $5,600. But come on, man. Can't we get a little higher? We're just back at that zone of inflection where We've had many different tests of it as support, sometimes as resistance, and that's just kind of more of what's been going on. The good news is we're going for the highest daily candle close since November 18th. Very nice, but we really need follow through. All right, if you want higher prices, follow through tomorrow in the coming days. Maybe back test 91.2, reconfirm it as support and run. The good news is I guess they're breaking the heart line of the channel today, as they had failed from the 28th to the 30th. So your upside, if there is demand, they want to push this above 92.7, the top of that inflection zone. I guess you're just looking for the supply line of the downtrend of that channel at 97.6, but to be real, above 93K, 92.7, given enough time, history shows us the target, the hard target's 99.3. That's just how it is. So that's what we could be looking at if it's not a complete and utter fake out. We never act like we know, right? We utilize traditional technical analysis to identify structures that give us an edge on the market. It gives us greater than a 50% chance of a particular outcome. I mean, what happened on Bitcoin today? There was no true edge. There was nothing really implying this move was going to happen, that it was impending. It's cool to see though, and it's the largest market cap crypto in the world, so we look at it and it's just, this is what happened today. After yesterday, that massive drawdown, I mean, it was down at 6% at one point yesterday. It's cool to see the first day of the month, huge drawdown, but a big reversal, bamboozling. So maybe there's something to this. Maybe they take us higher. It was cool to see something like Solana and Ethereum that were right back at their local lows, those harmonic optimum price points. They never went any lower, and you bounced. So I mean, like Solana's up 10%, XRP up 7%, Ethereum up also high amounts, percentage points, 7.7%.
I want to thank you for giving me the option to go back to be a designer again. You had mentioned a good play on ARL a couple weeks ago, and that was followed by the Rivian zinger. Later in the evening, can we look at IQ?
Sure thing, bro. Sure thing. What's going on, man? My webcam, I'm off here. I think I angled the camera wrong. Straight, thanks so much for the 20 dudes. And I'm just happy to hear that you're gaining value out of what I'm providing on this stream. I am no fortune teller. I don't even act like I'm an authority on the subject of traditional technical analysis or financial markets. There is no ego here. So no one even has the high ground to even act like I'm doing anything to try to be cool, bro, or to be authoritative or smart. I'm not smart, okay? All I'm doing is just taking what smart people researched, analyzed 100 years. I'm just trying to pay homage to them and be a conduit from them to you, from what I've learned.
At Wits97 super chatted $49.99. Missed the live stream yesterday, so here's a double dono. Thanks, Mitchell Ride.
Let's freaking go, dude. Big hype in the chat for Wits97. Thanks for the 50 and Stray for the 20. Y'all are amazing. I'm really grateful. 100% crowdsourced too. So it's like, I don't act like I know. And I also am 100% crowdsourced. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the bad. I can't be the bad guy. It's impossible. So we just congregate here. We look at these major market cap assets, the drivers of them, of all markets, not just crypto, right? We'll look at the cryptos. We're going to look at the index funds, the Mag 7s. We're going to look at gold and silver, commodities. We'll look at them all, dude. And along the way, we find individual assets on sometimes just different markets. And those are the ones that have those edges, the framework we look for, like, American Airlines did look good on the monthly. The TNDMs, the silvers most recently. Yeah, and then, whatever, 18 months ago, you had the silver miners. And then, Rivian, my God, man, like just different ones. They present themselves and we don't know why they're presenting themselves. We just know structures. Pattern recognition is really important here. So, okay, Bitcoin, hype in the chat, power hour right now. I didn't even play it, did I? Did I play it?
No way.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do it.
It's time for Power Hour.
All right, good day. We'll see if it continues throughout the week. Let's go to Ethereum real quick. You see what I'm saying? The harmonic optimum price, like the max threshold for this thing just becomes completely invalid. They're engulfing, and a technical event occurring as the buyers are trying to recapture the 2,900, 3,000 inflection zone, which could have, again, the consequences historically have been, wow, they've recaptured 3,000, boom, $3,500. So I'm wondering, I don't act like I know. I'm just saying they could also be beginning to paint a bear flag too. If you look above my head on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, just adjusting, trying to make sense of what the market makers are painting here. Anchor points on the bottom, 1 and 2, and just 1 on the top. What happens if they take it a little higher, 95K, and they can't get any higher, and then we pull back? It could just be a larger bearish consolidation structure, because remember the trend you're in. You just cannot just ignore what's been going on since the top, since 126,000, that huge rejection, and the lower highs came in to confirm the momentum shift into the hands of the sellers. Remember that head and shoulders structure? And then the lower low, then the lower high, bearish back test, lower low. My God, it was almost like one impulse, and then the lower high. So we're not out of the woods trend-wise at all. So just don't get too crazy, but it is awesome. I'm always happy to see when Bitcoin bounces. Obviously, when any crypto bounces, even ape coin, pundy coin, I don't care, man. Great news, man. So let's see if the bullish engulfing candle can close valid, covering the previous candle's body. You're doing it right now, but there's still time. And yeah, there just is good upside if it's real. If buyers come in and decide they want to repeat history above 3K, you would just say 3,500 would be a common target, not a big deal, man. And then it could still end up making a lower high, the November 10th high, and roll over later. So that's just where you are. Remember the consecutive lower highs, lower lows. That's just in downtrends. You can get more pronounced rallies, and those pronounced rallies can take short sellers to the verge of madness, with deep 88% retraces from previous major highs to lows, high to low here. An 886 would be confluent with 3520. It's right there. They do it. Shorting's not easy, man. Who said shorting would ever be easy? You get squeezes like this, even on traditional markets. It's crazy. All right, good stuff. Ethereum, 7.7% on the day. And give me an audio check. Make sure we're good there. Remember, I made some changes. I want to make sure they're still okay. I did augment a little bit more. It seemed like it was cutting off. Threshold was cutting off a little too much. Let me know, chat. Let me know. Yeah, good to see y'all. So, what's up, MVK? Thanks, man. Chip flippers here, Echo Leafs here. The regs are here, the regulars. Oh, Mesogamma. Yeah, Mesogamma. He likes Notre Dame. Oh, dude, Notre Dame should be ranked above Alabama because no real reason. Okay, my eye test, by the way. All right, we're gonna have problems, man. We're gonna have problems tonight, probably. But I hope not, because Vegas has got Bama's back on this. So, all right, let's see. Let's go to BNB, just cause. Just knock it out for 10 seconds. BNB 10-second analysis. Okay, bullish engulfing candle, recapturing the 200 moving average. And that's it. Just bounce with the macro. Nothing spectacular. Maybe there's follow through. We can start talking about it. Again, 886. Take it to $1,000. Still making a lower high and roll over later. Well, yeah. Okay. That's it. Let's go to XRP. Alex Cobb, man. Alex Cobb, he's a happy man now, I'm sure. Wherever he is out there in cyberspace. Bullish engulfing candle. They're working on painting. And if you catch follow through, the upside take you as high as 237. top of this channel here. And they front ran the inflection zone, didn't they? I guess it depends, because you could be like, well, not this candle close right here. They defended that. They spring back tested the spring right here. So, but who said this level was anywhere that was anything but maybe if they defended it successfully a second time, it could be there could be a more resounding rally that occurs. That's just where we are right now. I mean, remember, this is a concluded and successful short trade setup that was painted in late October after the second failed test at 265. Target 1, then target 2 was hit, and that's it. Do we have it? Let's see if it's still up there, man. It sure is. Let's see if it oh boy. Sorry, it changes on your laptop and then it goes into sleep mode. Yeah, so there it is, right? I mean, like, this was the only thing that made sense on XRP for a good swing trade at any point. Who goes to Yuma, man?
Ghost of Yuma tipped $25. PLS, have a look at tested MEXC when you have time. Is it drawing dead or gearing up for another bounce? Thanks for keeping it real.
When keeping it real goes right, goes through Yuma, comes in. We'll look at Tao. Good Chinese restaurant. Chinese chain. What you got? Manhattan. I've been there. Been to the one in Vegas. Went with the Probst, Logan King back in the day. All right, so yeah, man, there was just like one thing to do, and since then, maybe other people could start saying, "Well, dude, we could start taking longs down at this support zone." But it's like, man, the trend's just not your friend yet. Momentum's just was such control of the sellers. You see, you get down there, and it's just like, yeah, maybe the spring back test, but to me, it's kind of like the way I had the zone painted. They didn't quite get there. They front ran it. And maybe there you understand, like you could definitely understand how, like if they were doing the thing, the spring back test, and there was an engulfing candle and there was going to be follow through, they could take this thing all the way up to 265 again. And it wouldn't be that weird. Sellers could flip to buyers. Of course. Just, I just want more evidence of a trend reversal. I mean, one green candle, a crazy 7% spike in a day. That's amazing. But is it like trend reversing behavior? Hard to say. Really hard to say. But what if we just get a huge red candle tomorrow and all the gains are wiped out? I mean, that could happen. So just look where we are. It's all conceptualized within this parallel channel tool. It's all been lower highs, lower lows. Maybe finally we got a higher low coming in for the first time. Okay. We'll continue to monitor the situation on the new month. Okay, let's go to Solana, which was pretty cool. I liked Solana because, like, you had the harmonic optimum price of the bullish deep crab. You also had a major inflection zone that we knew if it didn't hold, how screwed you were, $90, $80. But they did hold, right? Looking at this yesterday, it's like, oh my God, man. Here we go. Here we freaking go again. And then today, up 10% off those lows, off that support, off the harmonic optimum price. So hopefully there's follow through. I mean, that is buyers defending a key level, not for the first time, but kind of for the second time. I hope it's real. If it is, you need to crack this 144, 145 level. You do that, it's a 160, 162 target. And understand, they could do that, and you're still in a downtrend. Because the previous major high, that bear flag kind of, I would say that was maybe your high that I could see on the daily. About 171, 172. They could take this thing to 162, the lowest high of the midterm downtrend for now. and could conclude and go lower. So I'm just saying, like, hey, yeah, absolutely, there's a chance. You still on Solana, if this is really holding and if this engulfing candle is not a complete and utter fraud, I mean, you could have 14.5 to 17% upside from here. You could. So all we can do is just pray it's real. And if data would come in that we're falling below 123, it's doomed. That is the doom of Solana due to that monthly. And really, after a month like we just saw, it was a 30+% monthly loss on Solana. I mean, on the new month, hey man, of course, right? What they could do on the monthly would be like insane. I'll show you. Look at this. Of course, there might be some bids. You can't even tell we're up 10% today, right? Because it was so disgusting. 30% last month, month before, 10%. Dude, we're talking 30% in 2 months, gone, wiped out after a formal bearish back test at key level. Yeah, so they could do this, man. They could take this thing up on the monthly to 186, 190, and then you're still kind of screwed. They put in a lower high again, and they come absorb demand, and then eventually we get a mark down to 60. So that's the crappy thing about where we're at. Like the meltdown happened majorly. And now here we are in tatters at some extremely important levels. And yeah, some bids have come in. That's great, man. The money printers turned back on. So I'd say like pretty interesting day. Good to see that we didn't capitulate. We didn't just collapse, because $90 is on deck if we did. Gonna take a lot to reverse the trend here. Okay, let's get total. Remember total? Well, I mean, like, you know, look at that. Look what they're doing at the inflection zone that goes back to 2021. The old candle high close from November 2021 and the wick high. That's what it is. 2.93 trillion. They lost it. They recaptured, and I guess they might be spring back testing. They could be. Could be spring back testing. Now somebody could come in and say, well, the trend's not great, so they could also just be doing this. Oh my God, please no. I hope not. But you could paint that and say, all right. Same time though, given enough time above 3 trillion, the upside could be tremendous. I mean, there could be a lot of upside. 3.25, 3.42. Yeah. It depends on the fall though. But that is cool to see, right? We are literally witnessing on total for now sellers capturing prices below a key inflection zone, but with no follow through, buyers recapturing within a couple of days, and then another sell off, and then literally that level is like perfectly tested and reversing right there, and then the entire inflection zone today has been recaptured. That's pretty good. Not enough, but you had to have it. So any pullback we get, hopefully it's a back test of 3 trillion, and we might be able to see a big rally. But remember, the previous major high is like 3.6 trillion, so they could take this thing all the way up to like 3.5 trillion and 886, and it rolls over, and it's the lowest high of the downtrend. So just keep that in mind where we're at. Okay, those are your big cryptos. Type in the chat. We did it. We're not dead yet. Go to that weekly. How's the weekly look on Bitcoin? And nothing too insane yet. Though anything above 91.5, 91.2 on the weekly is good. There's one thing that is nice about what's happening, okay? If you care about 886's M-shaped stuff from the previous major low from March, April, whatever, to the highest point, where did we go? Oh, look at that. I mean, you see it. I mean, with your eyeballs. Don't listen to me. Just look at screen. 886. Reacting off the 886. Of course they're doing that. When 886 face tattoo, because it happens so many times on every market all the time. So you might be reacting, but it's going to be real tough to turn things around trend wise. I mean, dude, think about it. They take it to 104.4. Is that a higher high or a lower high than the previous high? I mean, that's still tough. I mean, they could begin a major consolidation structure that could last for 6 weeks, 2 months now. I mean, they did that in 2021. Just saying, remember like the big drawdown, and then look what they did, right? From the previous major low to high. Where did the bounce, the initial bounce occur? I'm just showing you. It's literally the same thing. Identical. Low to high, 886. And then what happened from January all the way to March? Bear flag, big rally. I mean, off those lows, off that 886 reaction, it went as high as a 45% rally. And in the end, what did it develop into? It was this. It was a bear flag, and then the downtrend continued in May 2022. So I'm not saying it's going to literally go the same way. I'm just saying, right? Like when assets from major lows to highs on weeklies hit 886, 88.6% retraces. That is where typically, you know, market participants would say, hey, there's an 88% sale on Bitcoin relative to its previous swing low. So that might be a fire sale or, you know, Cyber Monday deals. How uncanny is it that that's the Fibonacci node that it did begin to consolidate bearishly for a couple months? 886. Never forget. Okay. 45% retrace off the lows. What would that be if let's just say it's identical world and they were going to do the same exact thing from the low? 45%. My God, where would that, dude, that would be insane. 45% would take us all the way to $117,000, and it still wouldn't be a higher high than the previous high, but whatever. Crazy stuff. I mean, just think about it like this, on the good side, okay? Like Jesus advocate, it is potentially the highest low in the history of Bitcoin. Literally, right? I mean, that's a higher low, barely than the previous low, but it still is a major weekly low. So we got that going for us. I don't know. Some analysts are like, dude, what Raul Paul saying by Q2, that's when Bitcoin's going to hit all-time highs or 250K or something stupid. Crazy, outlandish predictions, right? The prediction forecast bros. Maybe they're right, you know? It's basically risk-free. So just kind of trying to keep you grounded. We use our technical analysis for finding an edge on the market for constructing trading plans. That's it. If there's not an edge, we just look at the levels. We look at Fibonacci retraces. We look at history, just kind of like what we're doing now. But there's no predictions. I'm not acting like I know. Oh, yeah, dude, Bitcoin's going to 100K next, bro. Let's just see if we get follow through on the bullish engulfing candle that they're trying to create today. All right. Cool story, bro. S&P 500 futures. I thought we were going to do something cool today, and then they just said, never mind. And I'm like, all right. I was hoping for a run to 68.81 to maybe start killing that argument or idea that maybe we're just putting in a local lower high that's 88% retrace from the high to low, right? 886. You're still at an 886. It's disappointing. I always want this market to rip higher for the sake of everyone's portfolios, but it just hasn't happened yet. I want it to, like, I really do. But look, you can still see, like, from this high to low here, high, the highest high ever, then the low, then the lower high, then the lower low, lower high, lower low. I get it. They're high. This high is higher than these two highs. That's cool. And you also did something special with some sort of supply line breaking, and you are watching. Look at this. You can see the supply line being regarded as demand line now. So that's really interesting. So maybe they're just trying to find their footing here, and market participants are trying to confirm what was once a resistance and support before they gear up and run to go rival that previous high. That'd be nice. Remember, a long-term, stupid, ridiculous uptrend, you know.
Mitch, is Rivian finally going to make a positive reversal after so many years of sell-off? Targets if it goes bananas?
Greg Pay, I tweeted about it in September. It was like 30 and 40 or whatever.
Anonymous tipped $25. Flip/USDT has been in a long downtrend but recently made profit plus launching first native Bitcoin lending on DeFi. What Aave with wrap tokens? Is the chart bottoming out? Bullish bat on 4 hours, almost testing PCZX3, 3 rising methods on daily?
What's up, Anon? Thanks for the 25. You want to see flip coin? Here we go. We get one bullish and golden candle. We getting flip coin requests, chat. Yeah, so this is just cool. I hope it's real. You know, I do, because I mean that means like Tesla's recovering, Apple's continuing to fly. Maybe Amazon keeps going. Yeah, so. But still, like let's end this. Let's completely gut and end this short-term downtrend thing, and all we got to do is just take out 68.83 for that. All right, let's go to like the Dow Jones futures real quick. Cool, that is real for now. Dow Jones, it was up 0.4% yesterday. Nothing too special yet. I mean, it wasn't near enough in a bad situation like the S&P and NASDAQ because it had just made its highest high ever and then had a big sell-off, attempting a rally here, but not out of the woods, but if low to high, deep retrace, almost a shark looking, almost looks like Amazon locally. You can almost look at it like, is that a shark, man? What, the Dow Jones making an M shape? My God, close. Very close to a Gartley. Yeah, it is like a Gartley, man. The Gartley, it's a Sharkly. Yeah, good reaction off a deep retrace. Fibonacci retraces. That's like the market participants. They see, oh my God, dude, there's a sale. There's a 78%, between a 78% and 88% sale on this index fund. And the bids come in uptrends, right? In an uptrend. So, all right. NASDAQ futures, stronger, very strong. Still need to go higher, right? In that November 12th high. It's all good though. It's definitely already broken some sort of supply line. As you can see, like way back, did that on the 26th November. So let's hope it is real. Any pullback we get, we could be in good shape, right? So they pull it back, we might get like we could do something like that, and it would be really nice. That would be exceptional to get a local higher low there before, you know, the whole W-shaped stuff happens. So I'm saying any pullback, I think you're okay still. But yeah, bullish and golden candle occurred. It did, or close enough to it. Small caps, though, they did in fact catch follow through after the bearish and golden candle 2 days ago, and just opening. Still, it's kind of bittersweet. Like, yeah, that's gross, kind of couple candles. But what's great about it, the sweet part, is still trading above the 2021 and 2024 old all-time highs. That's good, but they might want to retest. I mean, they come down to 2368. I still think, like, for a retest and it's successful, you might be great. You still might be okay, man. Yeah, that's not even, I don't know, that's close to an 886, probably a 78% retrace. So yeah, pullbacks here wouldn't be that weird, but it's just cool to see it. This index fund holding above a very key resistance from history. All right.
Please note that QT ending doesn't mean K has started. K can be months or a year away. Money print or not burr yet.
All right, static trading. Well, they bird it today. They bird it so hard today, didn't they? But as you can see above my head, like, they're not breaking. It's cool when we get pumps, right? But we have not broken a resistance yet. Not the whole zone. You want to break 20 or 92,779. That's right. We're just around it. You do that, hey man, 99.3 could be on deck real fast, okay? But for now, let's just expect nothing and remember the trend. And What was that, Wits? Thanks for the random 5, dude. Was it random? Or was it... Oh, multiple 5s. Wits. Thank you, dude. Holy crap, that's 60 now. You kidding me, man? Much love. You going for a weekly top? Yeah, I think you're going for a weekly top. You're trying to supplant Vincent. I think you're only like, what, 12 bucks off? 11.50? Thank you, dude. All right, those are your index funds. Okay, so we looked at the top cryptos, total market cap. We looked at the index fund futures. Now let's take a look at gold and silver. What happened? Let's just look at gold first. It didn't have a very good day, but it had a rally. Remember, this thing has a consolidation structure they broke. Oh, lo and behold, there's Vincent himself, man.
7432 super chatted $50.05. Hey Mitch, can you look at FVRR on the NYSE weekly and daily? Thanks a lot, man.
The answer is always Vincent Man coming in. He says, I shall not be supplanted as the weekly top Jesus. Super chats. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll certainly do that. Sorry about my camera angle being all effed right here. I can't actually fix it right now. I guess I could, but then I think I would mess up my my full screen because I moved the full screen to look good. So who cares? As long as we're in 4K, the candlesticks are 4K. That's all that matters. Again, let me see the audio check comments real quick. Give me a sec. Gotta be my own producer here. Thanks again, Vincent, man, and Wits. And Static Trading, man. I'm hitting the hearts on all these. Wits and Greg Pay. We'll definitely look at Rivian. Rivian just needs to be looked at in general because it's one of our like darlings, right? With the framework, it's the framework. We don't act like we know. We just know Rivian was showing what we want, what we need, what we covet. It's okay to covet structural developments that are implying certain things. No, I didn't get a haircut, but I guess it's good if you ask. Audio's great, Brandon says. All right, we're good. Yeah, thanks for the 544 here. Just on a random day where the crypto market's just been kind of destroyed over a long period of time. The normies, they're working at McDonald's already, dude. They've been there too. So we got gold here. Squirrel of Crypto Street, are you freaking kidding me, man?
At least I have chicken.
Oh my God.
Always in the shadows.
That's it, man?
I have some evidence Manbear Pig could be in this area.
I like turtles.
Squirrel to Crypto Street just came in and became the weekly top Jesus man of the super chats. Holy crap, 251.60. Thank you so much, Squirrel of Crypto Street. You've certainly been hoarding enough food for the winter, it seems. My God, man. My God. Thanks so much for that bomb, dudes. It's people like you, Vincent, and everyone else, all the patrons that have been renewing over all these years. We have many, many patrons that are grandfathered in at the old price back in the day, continuously renewing. The people in the Citadel, which is also the same thing as Patreon. Because of all of you, we're able to keep this thing ad-free for going on 8 years now. No affiliate marketing links, none of that bull crap. And it's all because of people like you. All of you. I'm so grateful for just the opportunity to be able to just sit on my butt and look at charts and talk about what we love. This is our passion, right? We can't talk to... You see all these people out here? There's like millions of people out here. You can't talk to them about any of this stuff. In your city, wherever you live, all these, just no, this is our passion. This is what we love. It's our niche. And y'all get me, I get you. So we'll just keep this thing rolling another 8 years. If y'all are down, let's do it, man. Because I mean, like, my God, lots of money's been made. Like, crazy money's been made on just respecting the TA, having a trading plan, sticking to it. Like, life-altering opportunities present themselves every year, and we have proof of that. And that's why y'all are still here. So very grateful for that. Just the chance to, hey man, I was learning about all these charts. I don't think I'm smart at all, okay? No ego. I've just been studying this stuff for like 17 years and I love it. And I'm just trying to be a source or a tool for you to utilize. I'm trying to be that tool that I never had when I was learning in my 20s. So that's my gift to you. That's all I can do is just show up on YouTube for free with no ads. So even the poorest of poor person can possibly better themselves from learning about this world. Because this is, just think about the way that it's taught here. It's a navigation tool. Like how is one going to navigate in the financial markets? Well, a lot of people just go on Twitter, go on X, and it's like, well, Raul Paul's just saying because of my liquidity and all this, the quantitative easing, it's just certain that Bitcoin's going to 250. Practically speaking, that's not very helpful. But like what we teach here that I've learned and refined, and it's kind of become more proprietary. It's practical. It's something that can be taught and people can understand it and they can apply it and they cannot get wrecked. And more often than not, they can make a lot of money. 3-to-1 reward to risk.
Education, Riv and Play.
It's a money tree. Thanks so much, dude, for the 5. Really, really appreciate that, dude. Well, the XRP logo, bro. We should change all these. I don't know. Change all the emojis to stocks or gold and silver or something. I don't know. Dang, Wit's coming in, man. He's just life by 1,000 super chats. Thank you, dude. Hit the like button on these super chats, man. Yeah, so I'm just saying, right? I'm saying all I'm doing here is trying to show you that this is the way I've navigated financial markets. I've learned to navigate. And I think if you've been here long enough, you understand that it's a pretty decent ship. It's a pretty decent ship in the oceans of the financial markets. And there are going to be a lot of people that are trying to show you their ship. My God, look at my yacht, bro. Look at my ship. It's so good. It's like, okay, then show it. Educate. So anyway, thank you all. Okay, so that was Squirrel's fault. Blame Squirrel. Got me on that tangent right there. So gold, it broke out of the symmetrical triangle, if you want to call it that. A lot of white space here, so maybe not. But there was like price contraction. You don't have to call it anything. Just say price contraction, quite possibly concluded with a supply line broken, okay? But like, you can kind of see there's a local struggle right here, right up against that 42, 44 level from November 13th. They couldn't break it and he pulled back, and that's fine, man. That is completely fine. Gold is just, it's like Bitcoin. And guess what? Bitcoin, the Bitcoin of metals, has had many a run, right? So what happens in the later stage of those Bitcoin runs, if you remember, chat, what happens? Oh, money rotates in that sector to other cryptos. So Ethereum, okay, Litecoin, whatever. That's, them talking before October 10th in old cycles. I'm just trying to, make a comparison here. So that means like, all right, maybe the big boy is just gonna underperform for a while because it's already done the thing. It may be, yeah, money going to other places like silver. Silver. Unreal. Squeeze of squeezes. There is all kinds of fundamental stuff going on where, like, I'm reading about, like, the COMEX exchange. You got people with, like, insane amounts of contracts, long contracts. They're exercising those options, which is like they're demanding physical silver. And it's one of the people that is trying to exercise their contracts. It's like 41% of like all the supply that COMEX has right now. And who is it? Who's doing that? There's a huge deficit fundamentally, a structural deficit, it is being called, on silver. And you just got to wonder, like, it's been suppressed for so long. Yeah, it's been going on a good run this year. It's up 100%. But we're now in price discovery, and it's like 60. What happens if they break 60? I'm not sure. Like, well, we already talked about it, right? We know 60, and then that's the major confluence level of two different Fibonacci nodes, both at 60. Above that is where things might go nuclear. Like 75 might be on deck after that. Fast. But I mean, look at what's going on. There's no shadow yet, so I think we might pull it back some. I mean, it rallied off the lows from yesterday. Like Asia dumped, and then by the end of the day, I mean, silver had rallied almost 4%. So that's just showing like low liquidity. There's just not many asks. And it seems like fundamentally there's a tremendous amount of bidding. And I want you to go on just the internet, anywhere on the internet, and try to buy 1 ounce of silver. Tell me right now, y'all do it. And try to find me the lowest price. The lowest price I could find was $67. And that was on Thanksgiving. That was before the run up. That was before the breakout. I was at $53. I was finding the only $67 silver to own, like physical silver. So why is paper and futures not going to catch up to that? We have something called backwardation, where you have futures typically trades at a premium to spot, but spot had been trading above premium for well over a month. I think 5-6 weeks. And you got to wonder, that has to mean something, and it does. In the end, it concluded with the bullish dragon. It looked great trade setup, about to hit target 3, mind you, which is $60. So it seems like maybe tonight it is forthcoming. And the all-time high on silver is 5885.5. So I've got an alert set up if or when. Let's see if I can just one right above that all-time high. If we get one of these beeps, we'll know. Keep our eye on it. But yeah, we are. I think the central banks, like they have, central banks have been accumulating gold and silver since 2016 heavily. But now they're still doing it. They're like FOMOing now. Okay, so I just wanted to this is where our eyes have been lately. This is where the money's been made. So it's been notable. And just like Rivian, okay, Rivian hasn't started to do the thing really. It was a good start, but then it pulled back, then it's rallying again, and it's broken out, and it's good. But this is a different world. This was insane. So, and then Palladium had a good day today. Palladium. All right. Another test, a couple days ago we looked at, but a bullish engulfing candle, very strong, man. A new base of buying. Look, what's really happening or happened on Palladium for now is that swing high from July being tested successfully as support. So you're just kind of range bound. It could be like on a lesser time scale, Wyckoff accumulation after a sell off, you can get reaccumulation. Very, very close here to serious stuff. I don't have an alert set up.
At Wits97 super chatted
freaking go,
$49.99.
Kidding me, man?
Him coming for the crown at Squirrel of Crypto Street.
Squirrel of Crypto Street, you hear that, man? You've just been outed, dude. You've been outed. Remember, this is cumulative. It does add together. So if you do surpass him, it will pop up as 252 or whenever you hit it, if you do. So, wow. I can't believe you've been called out, Squirrel. What's a predator of squirrels? Cat? Okay, he's a cat or something, or a mountain lion. I don't know. What literally hunts? What is a squirrel's greatest predator? Thank you, dude. All right. Do want to look at platinum too. It was down after testing that big resistance zone. But if they pull it back, they make a higher low than this new base here. The same thing Palladium's doing. That local high from July is being successfully regarded as support. You're rallying, so pullback here, just another higher low. They'll go test it again. They might just be looking to absorb supply before they eventually absorb all of it, and then you get a big breakout. And we were talking about, right, the big boy gold, the Bitcoin of metals. It's had its crazy run in the sun, and these are going to be the laggards. These are going to run later. Silver's now the darling. Silver's the one, all eyes on silver. But eventually, silver will do its craziness. Whatever, $70, $80+ on silver by mid next year. Who knows? At some point, platinum will have its all eyes. The eyes of the nation, the eyes of the world will be on platinum and palladium. Palladium will be, what, dude? It broke whatever. It broke that key level. It's gonna go nuts, dude. Yeah, it broke 1500. It's 1850. Y'all don't remember when Palladium was in the news? It was so crazy. I mean, these spikes it was all over. CNBC and Twitter at the time. It was crazy. We all remember. So you'll get those again. But this is just the beginning. This is Wyckoff. This is the composite operator, which you think is a central bank. Sovereign wealth funds. It's an aggregate. It's a multitude. It's not just one composite operator. One Wizard of Oz. It's many different Wizard of Oz's, whatever, right? I make that analogy, right? The composite operator. You got to think about on every chart, there is someone, an institution, an entity that has a lot of money that they conduct buying campaigns. And those buying campaigns look literally like this. And it is our job as analysts to identify those buying campaigns, and we can manage our risk very well at key supports and get the best entries. And sometimes the composite operator, unlimited money, right? So he can deal with Palladium going from November 2024 all the way to May 2025, making no money. He didn't care. He just continuously buying down there, trying to stop loss you, and also at the same time over that long period of time, think about the composite man. He's in many different assets, so he doesn't care about Palladium doing nothing for that long. He's got a blend. It's so much money. Oh, he's in Google already, right? He's in these other assets, but this is one he had his sights on. And eventually, he got all the Palladium he could ever ask for. He got his fill, and then finally, there was no more supply available here, and the price marked up, and then a higher low, right? Way more than before. This is even like composite operator. This is now other smaller operators. Whoa, dude. Whoa, dude. It's getting hot up in here, man.
100% crowdsource.
Bruh. Wits, man, I don't know if the squirrel has a predator. It seems like the squirrel of Crypto Street might. What the?
At Wits97 super chatted $49.99. It's getting tight.
It just got real loose though, didn't it? I don't know, Wits. There's a lot more firepower in the bombs that the squirrel's been dropping. The apex predator of the stream, I guess. I don't know. Wits, what do you think about what just happened? Holy crap. Thank both of y'all so freaking much. Y'all are absolutely kings, man. Super, super grateful. Wow, man. My heart soars in the eagle's nest or something. Squirrel stew? No. No squirrel stew here, no. The booms, man. The booms. Holy crap. What's up, Diamond? Hello, everybody. Ski list paid for. We do it. Yeah, remember the tip wars? I know, man. Dang, not yet. What does that mean, Wits?
At Wits97 super chatted $49.99. Dang, not yet.
Not freaking yet. Okay, all right. Well, Wits is still in this. He's taking his time. Okay, he's the turtle, I would say.
I like turtles.
The tortoise wins the race, maybe. And the squirrel's, faster. I don't know. Thank you. So anyway, I was just going into the psychology of the composite operator. And that is just, it's a really important, it's just such a good thing to know if you don't know. Like that's like the function of markets. It's how they work. That's what, people are like, these are just green and red candles. No, they're not. If they are presented in a certain way, it can be representative of a major entity accumulating a position. Or if you flip the chart over, distributing a major position, offloading a major position. Aggressive distribution if we flip the chart over. And look, just another lower high in the newly established downtrend on inverse palladium. So that is like, and they're kind of confirming it here, and they're just absorbing the remaining demand before eventually all the demand here at this level is absorbed, and then no more, a huge markdown, inverse markdown. And I'm just, again, speaking relative, so you can see it's good to have a look on both sides. Perspective's important. Okay. Yeah, it just looks like a lot of bullish consolidation on palladium. Our metals, the metal overlords. So what was it? Copper was dude, copper chat. I'm not kidding, man. You go to the monthly on copper. We've looked at this, but the three rising valleys in continuation form. This is Bulkowski talks about, which is crazy to me because typically the best three rising valleys I've seen and identified that have played out like crazy have actually been reversals, but they correlate very well to key supports from history. But this one is in the Bulkowski best context, where it is a continuation. So pretty. And all that, we're just trading above the old highs from 2011. I mean, it's just like, you give it enough time. I know it's been 4 months of positive. So, I mean, my God, dude, did you even know? I didn't even notice this. No freaking way. Copper 2 days ago, highest monthly candle close in human civilization. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That's crazy. So let's freaking go. You might pull back, you might go sideways, but given enough time above 465, especially $5, I mean, you're looking at 630 as a gold mean ratio. It's a good target up there, long term, but beautiful structure. What if we measured the move? If we measured the move, okay, 1, 2, that's the peak, dude. That's a major pattern. The confirmation line, remember, 3 rising valleys to get the measured move, right? 3 rising valleys, 3 valleys, and then 2 peaks, 1 peak, a second peak. So there's 5 events of the structure. The second peak's top is the confirmation line. So you measure from the bottom of the first valley to the second peak, and that's how you get a measurement. And then you measure from that high. Oh, here we go, man. How close are you? I'm not sure.
Fire emoji. How close am I, Mitch?
It doesn't show. Someone would have to do some mathematics. Anyone out there want to do some math on this? I don't know exactly how close, but That's tough, man. I wish it did show it. It doesn't show that. So three. So you're looking at like 320 or something right now, I think. So you still got a ways to go, right? Because he's at 500. I think you're in the threes on this stream. So that's me trying to eyeball it. Yeah, Echo, you can try it too, man. But so, holy crap, dude. Thank you so much, man. I'm seriously so grateful for y'all. Tip war aside, just know, like, hey, man, if it's not y'all, it's no one, man. I don't have, you know, some trading view algorithm, you know, that's paying me to put their logo on the stream for y'all to use. I don't have any of that, man. I don't have any sponsors, and I don't monetize on YouTube, so it does hurt me with the algorithms. So there are sacrifices that have been made, but hey, whatever. I feel like it's worth it to me and the values I have. Okay, how I was raised and how things are. It's how I wanted to do it. I'm playing the streaming game on extra hard modes, hardcore modes, and I'm okay with it. So the measured move on copper on the monthly is eventually $7.10 if this structure completely hits its measured move. That's a lot of upside. So eventually, and again, it could pull back to 465 over the next couple months, whatever, few months. But where it is right now, if it was going to do the thing, 37% upside on copper. It's kind of crazy. That is crazy, man. And it's a beautiful pattern. I mean, it's so symmetrical, so identifiable. So it's like the more textbook structures look, the more likely market participants around the world are going to see this, be able to identify it and act on it. So that's why you always want any pattern you identify to look like it came straight out of Bulkowski's textbook. Okay. Copper. So those are like your metals, man. It was great. It was a good day. I've got my alert set up on silver if it does happen to continue, but I just, like, at some point the streak's going to end, you know, you're going to have a red day on silver. So, but hey, look at these mag 7s real quick. Let's rejoice in the fact that Apple record close, intraday all-time highs. This is like the least surprising of them at this point, the way it had been performing in any of these market downturns, right? We had been correcting, pulling back, you know, lesser time scales, lower highs, lower lows on the index funds, but this one did matter, man. High and tight flag, 286. What'd you do? Very special today. The old all-time high from December 2024 all the way down to April. We finally hit that first fib extension. That's kind of a target area, 285. So the next target would be, you would think, right? Practically speaking, if the channel's top trend line, that supply line is respected, you're looking around, however, 293 all the way up to 300, 297. That's the extend this out. You could see if they just, whatever, go sideways for a while, moving target, the 1414 fib extension is up there. That's the next target. So incredible. This is the one, man. This is the one for now. Meta continuing to rise after that devastation. Just going to be a lot of work. The good news is you're back above 632, 635. So your shorter term target, if it continued, would be 663. That high from May. And then above that, looking like 682 to 691. But there was no edge, no strategy, no structure. It was just kind of like was destroyed, and now they're kind of rallying it back. So, oh, and by the way, the daily candle closed. Yes. So, well, we got the college football playoff. Who's in with this bull crap ranking? I mean, give me a break, man. Hey, look, chat. The team who literally won the regular season SEC is on the bubble. Of course it is, right behind Notre Dame. Give me a break, dude. It doesn't, resume wise, doesn't even make sense. 0 cents. Yankee money, of course. That they had to change the whole college football game twice because of Alabama. They had to. They had to literally change the game. You're out of your mind if you're delusional to say it's not that case. Okay. And I'd go into it, but this is not a college football program. So Meta, nice rally. Nvidia. It was cool to see a continuation of the engulfing candle yesterday, but gosh dang it, dude, 183.40. Just a resistance again. They test it. They just can't break it. You got to break it. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll be fortunate enough to see a break tomorrow. But we discussed, because of the momentum shifting aspect here, they could take this thing to 193, and it could, if it concludes there, it could still be a bad situation. So we really want to do this. But if they do that, then we make a higher low, and then we run. Like you gotta. It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot to be in right now for Nvidia. So sideways and choppy below support resistance. But I'd feel a lot better about Nvidia above 183.40. It's just gotta stop regarding it as resistance. Okay. OSU would beat Bama above 40. Who's talking about Bama and OSU? Who's talking about that at all? No one's saying that Ohio State, the defending national champs, shouldn't be number one. No one's even. See, I bring up Bama and Notre Dame, and of course, an Ohio State fan has to just interject. It's not about you. No one's talking about you. Every single thread. Oh, look, Alabama's. Oh, there's Ohio State. They got to talk about themselves. No one cares. We're not talking about you. Talking about like Bama deserves a shot in the playoff based on everything. Yeah. Yes. So Microsoft, they it was up today. They tested that old neckline of the double top as resistance. It's kind of in a bad situation, right? Like anywhere these rallies conclude, they roll over their lower highs. This is exactly where like it sells off and fills a gap at 476, 467. Like they go retest that. Now maybe we get a confirmation low down there. They hold it again, you might get a more resounding rally next time. But it was just one time with an unfilled gap. It's kind of sketch, and there's no strategy here, no way to manage your risk really, and not in great shape on Microsoft. Okay, no one's even saying Bama. I'm not even trying to say that Bama is better than Notre Dame. I'm not even trying to say that. See, my God, I'm just trying to say that based on everything, Bama should be ranked above Notre Dame, and there's no question about it. Notre Dame might beat Bama on the field. They very well could. It would be almost a pick 'em, probably. Heck, Notre Dame might be favored, but I'm just saying, based on everything right now, all this beauty pageantry, Bama should be ranked higher. Oh, what the heck, man? So Google more of this sideways stuff after recently hitting all-time highs. What can you do here? It's incredible, but like you just don't know when a correction's going to happen. But it's been amazing. And there you go. Thank God they put Alabama at number 9, and Vegas knew. Mesogamma, what I sent you last night, Vegas freaking knew. Minus 3,000, making the playoffs no matter what. And that's it. That is it, dude. That's what I'm talking about. My music stopped. No! That's crazy, Wits. I wonder why. Dang, man.
You won't allow me past 500 per day. Don't matter though. Congrats, Squirrel. W. Mitch.
Woods, thanks so much, man. You know, it's fun competing and all that, but just remember, you are the sponsor. You and Squirrel and others this evening and always, like every day, y'all are the sponsors of the stream 100% of the time. So good, but it is fair. Exactly. At least Mesogamma is not completely delusional like many people on X. My God, the amount of delusional people on X that don't know ball, don't understand how it works. Glad. Yeah, you agreed. But again, Notre Dame could very well beat Bama head to head. No problem. You see what I'm saying? I'm being fair too. What is that? What was that? Sorry. Okay. So that's Google. Insane. It's like gold. They could fill a gap down here at 300 and it wouldn't even matter. This thing is a king, an old trade setup that went above and beyond, and it's beautiful. Okay. A market driver, higher market cap than Microsoft now. So Amazon, which has been really cool to see a reaction. Remember what we want. If we ever wanted to strategize this with a trade setup, we would want a second test at 215 locally. We just haven't got it yet. Maybe. So this is kind of a shooting star. Chat. It was a nice, what? A nice 11% rally off of 886 and a key support. And now after what? A shooting star, potential shooting star tomorrow, if they confirm it with a lower low than this today's close, that's where we could begin to correct. And we would want, you literally want, if you're a swing trader, you want this to play out and we get something like this. And then it is Scott Carney's framework. And then it is exceptionally easy to set a stop loss, an entry, and know we have maximum upside potential if we ever got that. So we want to pull back on Amazon to take action. Can't yet. That's it. It was up 0.23%. I'm the chat. The only of the 7 down today was Tesla, but it recovered and it's just more sideways. We want to see 411 be reconfirmed as support, maybe in 400. Again, you always want to see stuff like this or this. And then even if we're lucky, we get something like that. That would be crazy good. Reaccumulation and positive price action correlation to key levels from history. That would be, we could take action. We could construct a trading plan. We just don't have enough. There's not enough of a structure that exists right now on Tesla to be able to say we have an edge, a greater than 50% chance of what's coming next. Long term though, you're in this, waiting for 488, waiting for price discovery. Long term. Okay, that's your Mag 7s. Very cool. Very nice. Man, we had some gainers today. Boeing, my God, what happened? No rhyme or reason. This could be a mega accumulation structure. You got these higher lows keep coming in, but still lower high. So it's almost like a mega triangle, right? You just look at it like that on Boeing. Yeah. Price contraction, most boring boomer stock ever, right? But okay, it popped today. Plug also recovered that thing, right? It almost round tripped when we were looking at it. But hey, they're putting in a higher low. And guess what, man? Look what you really got. Like, from a major discernible swing low to high, what's happening? Oh my God, no way. Chat, remember the 886? There it is. You got an 886 on plug down here. Okay, then I'm missing what they're talking about on the college football playoff analysis, but anyone want to give me an update? Anyone at all? Plug might. I mean, that's a think about it. If the trend has reversed, you've already put in higher highs, higher lows consecutively, and they made the deepest of deep retraces in a new uptrend in 886. There's an 88% sale on an asset in an uptrend, retesting that 200s. That's a nice candle today. It's up almost 3% after hours. This could very well be a new bottom, the highest low of uptrend. So we might be looking for a reaction that could take us to 271 or even a little higher. Bruce said Tesla's garbage. Oh, I mean, again, trend is friend. Higher highs, higher lows. And robotics, the future. The market is forward looking. So I don't know. Again, I'm not speculating. There's a trading plan. The trading plan's pretty solid. 1 of 3 targets hit. It's a position trade, so it's a longer term thing. You just gotta wait. Yeah, someone brought up American Airlines. Remember this one was the highest daily candle close confirmed on American Airlines since February. But dude, it is all about this price action correlation to the levels. Okay, it's the higher highs, higher lows, but it's forget the daily, dude. We don't even care about the daily. We don't care about the weekly. We only care about the monthly on American Airlines. This is why. This is freaking why, because you got U-shaped volume, you got a type 2 return. This is a generational bottom on American Airlines, chat. Generational. You will not see, once this, if it gets going, you will not see these levels again for a decade plus. You just won't. The resolution of this, $28 to $40, American Airlines. Okay. So this is why, this is really what this stream's about. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm giving you updates of all the major stuff. Okay, we do that at the beginning of the stream, but then we go deeper into the markets, the individual assets, and we look at things like this, where there's an actual edge on the most significant, slowest time scale. So it might take a long time. It's like someone just owns a little bit of this. It's better than cash. Owning American Airlines in someone's overall portfolio is better than cash. So, dude, I've got $3,000. I got $2,000 that I could you just throw, but you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Man, $2,000 in American Airlines. Better than that $2,000 sitting in cash. And you just forget about that 2K. Whatever. I'm just saying, relatively speaking, it's not something you're going to touch. You're not going to look at it for a long time. It's going to take such a long time until it doesn't, right? But you're talking about like 91 to 173% upside on an asset. That's better upside potential than sitting in cash. Yes. Anyway, someone brought it up, and we'll look at Rivian real quick too. Because the beauty of the daily is like it's its own trade. I mean, I would think you would profit taking probably $19, maybe $18, but probably 19 here. This is all you want. It's like 3 rising valleys with even more evidence of accumulation and just wonderful price action correlation to the key levels. It's like we're looking under the hood of the monthly. So the daily is now in line with the monthly, and you're breaking out. You're breaking the high from early September. Anyway, yeah, let's just Rivian real quick, knock it out. I know y'all were mentioning some of these in the TTS. I know someone requested stuff too, but yeah, Rivian, it is just like you have to just be patient. You have to, it's a BABA. It's a BABA, and BABA took a year to conclude the trade. So, well, there's Wits. He's not done yet, man. Wits thinks of his freaking 20, dude. Let's go. Let's freaking go, man. I think you're getting up there, aren't you? I mean, like you're probably like 440 or 450 or something like that. Not too far off the squirrel. But yeah, with Rivian, what'd they do? Oh, they just did this. They just put in the highest low of the new established uptrend. And yeah, you're just waiting on 20. But someone asked, like, what are the long-term targets? 30 and 40. Or let's just say 28, 27.87 and 40 eventually. Okay. And we don't really know why, but we have someone down here accumulating a massive position. They know something we don't know. That's typically what these structures imply, man. Someone's got a buying campaign ongoing. And it will come out later why Rivian is at $40. There will be a catalyst. And like, oh, well, it was a no-brainer. Duh. Of course Rivian's at 40. Yeah. Or at 30.
Need Trump to buy 10% of Plug Power to supply all the hydrogen for NASA Vislod.
Well, the trend's your friend, so you have favorability for news-driven catalysts to be reliable. You know, if the news-driven catalyst comes out on an asset that is in a newly established uptrend, the performance is probably going to be really good. Yeah, because all remember, the prevailing supply was already absorbed through the demand, through all those bids. So that's what those higher lows represent. So the same thing on Rivian. This is where we're at a point now of all this consolidation that has been so good. It could be any day when a news-driven catalyst comes out where it's like Rivian is getting purchased by Tesla, or the government's taking a stake in something, or whatever it is, we don't know. Rivian invented a new thing for cars. It's a new door. Okay. And then it's up 20%. And all of a sudden it's a breakaway gap. And people will be just wishing to God they watched this stream where they paid attention to structures like this. But there's no difference between Baba and this one. Nothing. This is Baba Jr. All right. Anyway, so you want to check on Intel. That also, remember Wyckoff accumulation? Remember the composite operator down here? Remember the partial decline, the consolidation up against the absorption of supply, and then the catalyst. That was the government taking 10% stake in Intel because semiconductors are going to be needed. The government, it is now a piece of
At my cap.
national
07.
security. At my cap, are you? Well, the good news is that this is a weekly thing. So like the stream will end and tomorrow I'll be live, and that's not going away. So that will be cumulative. You got all week, man. If Squirrel has to go, collect more nuts tomorrow and can't make it, and your limits reset, you would be able to defeat the Squirrel. So Squirrel's going to be on high alert. So again, just more of this. Thank you so much, dude, for real. But more of the buying campaigns. It was such a specimen situation and a huge development today. This is a massive breakout. Like, this is something that you can't even dream of what just happened. $43. This goes back to, I believe that's it. I don't think it goes back any further. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I think on the weekly it goes back to 1999. But you can see all these swing lows, like right here, 2017 and 18 and 19 and 20 and 20, later 2020. This is where you're breaking into a level where the target could very well be 54.84. 51, and then also look, they're breaking the supply line that goes back to 2021. This is a godlike development on Intel. This thing's probably going to nearly $60 at this point. Okay, you want to see something crazy on Intel, chat? Maybe some of y'all hadn't seen it. Look at the monthly. It's the dragon. Anyone remember the dragon? Anyone at all? The dragon. Look what they did last month. No way. The 200-month moving average regarded as support, and they concluded the month trading above that level. It's like a hammer, almost dragonfly, and immediately breaking. Look, you see how big of a deal it is? That's like Bitcoin's 99K, right? The dragon. Okay, 54.84 all the way up to 58 and change. Okay, so magnificent structure on the monthly, dude. So crazy. But you all knew, if you watch this stream, when we went to Intel, all we could discuss, it's not just me though. I bet you money there were people all over that were talking about Wyckoff accumulation on Intel. It was specimen. It was so good looking. We got to look at MicroStrategy. Remember that one, dude? Hey, good news, everyone. High volume. There was high volume yesterday. You gapped up today, and they've recaptured at least a small portion of the liquidity zone, right? From 172 there, 178. So, okay, unfilled gap though. So they'll go fill the gap. Hey, they fill the gap though. They'll like back test the bottom of the inflection zone of support. So again, there is no structure. So there's no strategy. There's no accumulation signature. There's none of that going on right now. So, but yeah, cool to see. Cool to see that Michael Saylor's not dead yet. Great man. Great to see. I guess. Whatever. Microchips up 6%. I don't think I've been looking at this one too often. It wasn't really showing much. I mean, a big development technically though is 52 and 56 were recaptured on this one, but again, no edge at all. It's just a big up 2.2% after hours, and so they're going for the gap fill around 59.50. I would love to see this thing eventually crap out after filling that gap and eventually roll over, and then you get down to something like here. And then they paint us a big old M shape. We get that nice, and it'd be in perfect context because it's low to high 886. And then the M shape itself would conclude its development in the magic 886 zone. So that would be tremendous. You'd get something like a bullish bat pattern. It would be super, super hot. Yeah, that is what you'd want to see. And then a reaction. Again, this isn't what's going to happen, but this is what you want if you want to take action on something. It would be the best spot for this to occur. Okay, always. I hope we get it one day on a microchip technology. Oh, sorry, we had a couple requests. My bad, dude. Let me check my notes here. Let's take a look at these. We'll see here. IQ. Yeah, I know. IQ in the gutter, man. It's been crapping out. I know it's disappointing for sure. Definitely not liking it lately. Past week or two, it's been kind of gross. We look right here. Yeah, this is not really great. Yeah, that kind of see that local stuff, the lower high. All of a sudden they're distributing, and then you're making your lowest daily candle close since August. Yeah, not great. So they might be going for a test of 185, and there is unfortunately there's an unfilled gap there too. You see right here, 185 gap. Yeah, I know. China. Just remember, China's gonna China. China's always a riskier play, no matter what. Even if it looks like this, it's still riskier. But again, I mean, they take it to 185. It's still technically a higher low, and that's the issue. You gotta eat it. Yeah, probably better ones, but it's not bad. It's not dead yet, so. That's your IQ, man. What I hate is it fell below the 200-day moving average. You know, that's never great. You want to trade above. Okay. Let's see, IQ. That was for Stray. Thanks again, dudes. What said roll ride? That's right, roll tide, dude. Tau for Ghost of Yuma. Old Tau. What did he say? On Mex. Okay, Mex. Let's see here. Bit sensor. Yeah, no change. You look at this and you just want to puke because there's just, you're like, hey, dude, it's an M shape. I guess a random 100%, 99% read. I would think you would want to wait for 224, 233. You would want to see stuff develop. You would want to spring. You would literally want this, okay, bro? You would want to see this. Oh no, they violated it, but they couldn't do anything, and then buyers recaptured it, then they reconfirmed it, and that's where you would want to take a shot. If you made me, that's what I would want to happen. They lose support, they recapture, they reconfirm, boom, spring back test, extremely reliable technical indicator, and that's where you can set up a very easy tight stop loss if it fails, and you know your upside potential is massive. I think you want to go lower. I'm not saying it's going to, and I'm not acting like I know. I'm just saying that's what you would want if you wanted to take action on that asset. Okay. Thank you, dude. I don't know if that's helpful, but again, that's what you want. You want an edge on the market, you got to get stuff like that. Not just an edge, but you also the optimum risk management level. is in that 224 to 233 zone. All right. Let's well, we looked at Rivian. Let's look at Flip. The Flip coin, dude, on no specification as KuCoin it. Chain Flip. Chain Flip. Let's see here. Again, man. I mean, you know what I do? Like, I'm looking at this and it's like, well, this is a rug pull. This is like, come on, man. Dude, some like possibly overweight dude in Belarus in his underwear created this coin. That's what this chart is. You know, like, hey, dude, I'm down looking at Intel. Dude, the government taking stake and breaking supply, you know, the accumulation structure. I'm all down for that. But then it's like Flip coin, and it's like, I don't even want to paint an M shape because there's an 886 locally going on, kind of. I don't want people to think like I'm okay with this. Like, I'm not gonna sign off on this ever as an opportunity to long it. I think you're just better off. Just put your money in Rivian. Just buy Rivian instead of Flipcoin. I think you'll do better. Put your money in American Airlines over Flipcoin. I think you'll do better. Let's say Belarusian because he can't be extradited for fraud. But you know what? The world changed, so people can scam and they don't get arrested anymore in the West. So see, this is what I'm talking about. It's like an M shape. Dude, okay, type 1 reaction. We'll do something, dude. Good luck. Okay, you want to hear the KuCoin, the volume. 2.58. That means like it's just you. You're the only person. 30-day average 81,000. No liquidity. Good luck. You cannot manage your risk when it's this illiquid. You cannot. It's impossible. So throw risk management out the window with Flipcoin because your limit orders will not get filled. The dev will see that you've bought and he will sell into you. It's a joke, dude. No. Not 2.58K. No. 2.58, literally 2.58. Look. It will not extend with my tab, unfortunately. It just won't. Let me do this real quick. I'll show you, okay? I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? There's no K involved. There you go, chat. There you go. What the heck?
Bendy tip $25. Check out Woof Petco Health and Wellness, please and thank you.
Yeah, man. We'll look at Woof, dude. We'll look at the woofs.
I was going to ask about this last week and I forgot. Can we look at PayPal?
Yeah, not been
also
good.
Jonathan Nation.
Not been good, man. But we'll look at it straight. Thanks so much, dude, for the 20. Yeah, we'll certainly look at it. It's on the list. So again, you tell me what that means, chat. Anyone out there? Anyone big brained? Tell me 2.58. It's like one person traded it today. All right. Anyway, sorry, I can't spend too much time. That's too much time I've spent on it. Let's look at the next one if we can. Which was Fiverr for Vincent. Fiverr International. Well, no trend. You can't say it's not at a key level. I've got my old inflection zone right here. There it is. I mean, slightly lower low locally. It looks like there could be a dragon. Maybe there's bullish divergence. Chat, bullish divergence in the slightly lower low. Absolutely. Yeah. Fiverr. So you got seller exhaustion with a potential incomplete M shape. Very cool here. I like it. Vincent's a good request. Not because it's Fiverr. You know, no one wants to outsource their graphic art to some Indian in India, okay, for $5. But you've got that potential structure. See it? The low, and I love how the slightly lower low takes you to where? Reversals have occurred over April 2024. Look, the bottom, December 2019. So that is a great actual look. I'm not saying like I want people to go long on it. I'm just saying like this is a great area where there could be tremendous upside if it actually played out. I mean, the hard target is like $35. Wow. Could be a trade setup. Yeah, lots of seller exhaustion on it. Again, there are different trades. This would be some sort of exhaustion trade and pattern recognition trade. It's not an accumulation trade, which are the better ones, right? There's evidence of someone more than beforeing. Accumulation, higher lows. This is the lower low, but the divergence is there. So someone could play it if they wanted. Sizing it up, I guess it would just be simply... Shoot, did you get 3-to-1 just taking profit at September high, which is great. So he's being super conservative there. And I think just target 2 would be, let's just not screw around and just say, there you go. Target 1 and 2. Simple. It's a range bound trade with a structure with exhaustion, right? So you have an argument down here, and I'm not acting like I know if it would play out. It's Fiverr, dude. I don't know. But I just know that you're close enough to a level where your stop loss, you wouldn't lose much. You wouldn't want to own Fiverr below 1950. You just wouldn't, okay? It's just, no. But it's equitable if it was to play out, because you can see the top of the range is virtually $34. So it's like that, man. It's literally a simple range bound trade. I'll publish it, whatever, you know. Very good, Vincent, man. Simple stuff, right? You got trend analysis. What do you mean trend? Yeah, it's a no trend. It's at the it's a trading range. It's at the bottom of the trading range with exhaustion evidence, so technical indicator. And it's a chart pattern / harmonic pattern. It's an incomplete harmonic. That's what a dragon is. So you do have an argument, and you do have a place where you can strategically place an entry, a stop loss, and you have maximum upside potential if it didn't fail. Okay, that's all that it is, man. No ego, not acting like we know. That's just what this is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my God, it's almost like it's like a silver junior, different context. Silver was in an uptrend, long-term uptrend. This is a no trend. Okay, for fun. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm changing the thumbnail real quick. I think we had a misspell. Center for kids who can't read good but can do other things good too. One sec. One second. Okay, we're safe now. We did it, man. Okay, so let's keep this thing rolling, keeping the, you know, the requests going. Next one on deck. Thanks again for all the contributions this evening. Looks like Woof for Ben B. Let's do the Woof, dude. Petco. That's right, Petco. We're there, man. I mean, it's like they're trying to put it. It's. You got stuff here, man. Clearly, you do. But yeah, it's been failing to launch. It's not dead. It's active. Like you got the harmonic framework. Maybe they're putting in the higher low again, another higher low. Yeah, kind of just disappointing price action. But that 409, 438 level just hard to break, and then they just start distributing on the top end. So it's just more a bunch of price contraction. Or if someone entered, you know, maybe they hit like a target one, and that's just been really bad ever since. I mean, it is retail, and retail's rough, man. Consumer discretionary, I know. Yeah, some of these just sometimes fail to launch. Like they don't really perform great. And you're just talking about in June, it looked good, and then it had its initial big rally, and then just too much supply at 438, and it's just been doing nothing but bleeding out. Yeah, but I guess as long as if it concludes its if it put in a bottom, a 266 higher than the June low, then I mean maybe it's the highest low, and they go run it up to 409, 438 to absorb more supply. But they could be trying to bottom it out. It's just terrible trend, right? You got to think about the trend is bad. But the good news is since 2024, they've only been putting in higher lows. So I think like this argument for Wolf and any capacity of going higher is dead below 236. I don't think there's any reason you would own this crap below it, but it's not below it yet. It's not invalidated, but sometimes it's just like you're in purgatory. You're in Wolf, Petco, harmonic purgatory. Kind of lame. So not invalid, but then you're not getting paid either. And that's the kind of one of the worst situations you could be in on, you know, opportunity cost. Time goes by. It's like, oh man, you could have been in silver, but you're in Petco. Yikes. And then that's where like maybe you start looking into, you know, the fundamentals. Like, do they have good? I don't really know. Like, I'm not sure I'd be like that excited about a brick and mortar pet store for dog food and cat food and exotic animals. I mean, yeah, like where are the animal spirits? Not in Petco. Sorry, Ben, man. Yeah, it's not dead, but it's also just kind of like, ugh. Okay, let's look at the final request from a PayPal that has been just back to where we started, man. Back to where we were back in August. They failed breakout attempts. They can't break 68. Dude, you know how important 68 to 72 is. My God, man. But now you're back at this local support. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like an M shape here. They continue to hold it. I mean, they've been defending this level since January 2024. Oh. But, you know, you look at the weekly, maybe it's some sort of double bottom. I mean, almost like a higher low dragon, maybe, but you just got to think, you keep in mind, like, if you care about PayPal, if you were interested in it, right? If you were longing it or something, just make sure your stop loss is below 57.50.
DBDNYSE 3-day, please.
What's up, Round Eye? Thanks so much, dude, for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at it. I think it started pivoting after an 886 deep retrace. Just all I can tell you about PayPal is like if it stays above 5750 this last time, that is still evidence that whoever has been buying, they're propping the price up higher than the lowest low from 2023. That's all. It's like they're manufacturing. Well, they manufactured a support back in May 2023, and since the sellers lost that level, buyers recaptured, reconfirmed 4 times now over the course of almost 2 years. And it's just they've been unable to do anything, and it's really disappointing. I mean, PayPal, they're kind of capped, aren't they? Like, all they can do is just raise the fees. You call that artificial growth. Like they've been around since early 2000s, since eBay. So no one, hey man, they went nuts because of crypto. That was their thing, and now it's like, okay, well the crypto thing kind of died out. The hype on that. Everyone and their mother is offering crypto now, right? The ability to own through their medium. So yeah, look at that 200-week simple moving average test. It's just gross. And there's probably just better assets out there. But if you're requesting it and you're looking at it, all I can tell you is if you're wanting to take a shot on something that's just recently hit a very key level again, just stop loss below 57.75. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Triple D. Yep. I mean, the harmonic, it dumped. They're trying to pivot here. Hopefully we can see a higher low come in. I know like that rally just failed. I mean, it was such a good rally, right? Such a good pump. And then just, I see what they did. They took it up all the way to that 1988 swing low, the IPO low. Wow. And that acted as resistance before it sold off again. So I guess one thing we could pray for is you made a low and a slightly lower low on the double bottom with that really nice triple bullish divergence, all at the key level. All we can do is pray that what's going to happen, whether it's here or if it's a little lower, is that a higher low comes into the fold. A higher low, man. What is that? Momentum shifting from the low, the lowest low, into the higher low. That's all we can hope for. And if that happens, that starts strengthening the argument for a test to 460 eventually, like we had seen. We've seen that before, like Triple M. It ended up doing that. Okay, let me show you down. It did this. It did the same freaking thing. The same structure extension pattern. I don't even know. I had it. I don't know if I have it anymore. There was. It's dude. It's the same picture, right? The low, the lower low at support. No way. Then they rally and a lower high, and it draws down and makes a deep 886 from the previous low, and ends up pivoting, and then all of a sudden the momentum shifting, and then there you go, the trend reversal all the way, and there you go, 3M all the way up, highest level since 2021. So 3M, triple D. Are you gotta be kidding me? No way. It's the same composite operator painting the same picture, just different letters. So Triple D, you are here-ish. Hopefully. Wild stuff, man. This market's nuts. Oh, man. You only get that here, though. You're only, all that stuff, you're only going to get it here on this stream. Let's freaking go, chat. Only the fellow autists will understand. Okay. People have called me that. Like, you might be a little bit, dude. I'm like, maybe, dude. Okay. So, it's been a good stream, chat. Good stream. Super grateful for all the support that's come in. Let's look at Bitcoin right here on the new day with Asia awake. A nice bullish golden candle concluded, and we're just trading right at the little above the bottom of the inflection zone. It could take you all the way up to 92.9, maybe 93K. We could see it tonight. And if they break it, that's where you could understand. It would be extremely understandable if they ever broke 93K, where this asset could go. Minimum 97.5, 97.6 for the supply line, but outside of the channel, that supply line, historically above 93K equals 99.3. It's just how it's been. I don't make the rules straight down. They just did the straight down, but they do the straight up and down. They did it like, I think 14 times or something stupid. They could do it again. So let's just see what happens if they can break 93K. That's the big one. LBL, you just light a fire and Jesus is within. Okay. So, wow, what a stream. I can't believe it, man. Y'all are so freaking amazing. We haven't had support on stream like this since 1969 or whatever the Eagles said. Okay. In that song, Hotel Alabama. Just kidding. But yeah, there is a God, because College Football Playoff Committee put Alabama at number 9. So cap up. Okay, so thank you all for coming out. The stomach's starting to eat itself right now, so I got to get some dinner, but it's just been wonderful. Can't wait to see y'all again tomorrow. We'll do it over. And let's just see where these markets take us. Silver very close to another all-time high. Apple as well, made an all-time high. So I'll be back until next time. Respect the TA.
We will dance again.